Hello.
Welcome, AD, to Austin, Texas. And this is our home. My name is Jensen Ackles.
Danielle Ackles.
We got this house about 4.5 years ago. It's not for sale, but we drove by it. We were like, let's make them an offer. Luckily for us, they were looking to move, and so we bought it, and we've been doing some work on it ever since. Anyway, this is the fun part, so we're excited to show you guys. So come on in. So this is our nice little sunken living room.
We didn't really want a formal space. We have 3 kids now, so we can't have any spaces like that.
I feel like we're in the belly of a ship with these big beams, and there's a lot of woodwork going on. We wanted it to feel like an old lake house because we're on the lake.
When we were younger, before all of our kids, in the old Laurel Canyon house, we used to always invite our friends over, and everyone would play guitars, and we'd all sit on the floor and sway and swing. So
not swing. We would just dance.
Like sway.
But I just want to clarify.
Yeah. So a lot of the art in the house is from local artists. Mm-hmm. This is from Isabel LeMay. I did not think Jensen was going to go for it because there was a lot of flowers, and I thought he would be kind of like, that's too girly for me. But he actually loved it and was on board right away. I was proud of you for that one.
Yeah.
I thought we'd end up with like, I don't know, a picture of a truck or something.
Now this may just look like a black frame on a wall. But you look into these little eye holes here, and you hit this top button, and it lights up an entire scene inside that box.
I emailed Fern Santini, our designer, at about 2 o'clock in the morning because that's when all great ideas come to you. And immediately she emails back, a Venetian diorama from the 1970s.
I had no idea what they were talking about when they pitched me the idea. I'm like, you guys just keep doing what you're doing. So just off from the living room was the formal dining room.
Which nobody uses, so...
We got rid of
it.
Promptly.
And made something everybody uses.
Come here.
Oh, this is the sex organ of a palm tree.
Are you serious? Well, because these things, they can kind of fall off, and I've been picking them up all morning.
Well, you might be pregnant. Since you're here, we should do, let's do tequila.
And what better way to cure the Monday blues than a shot of extra añejo? Cheers.
One in Austin.
This is one of my favorite places in the entire home.
I fought really hard for this one.
I was against it, but let's check it out because I'm not anymore.
Just an old screen porch where you're watching boats go by on the river.
This porch is the home of this giant cypress table. It was a sinker log, so it was buried to the west bank of New Orleans. We've had holiday dinners out here. We've had long hangout conversations.
It's a little piece of home for me. So I really love it.
There's the cops.
Oh, great. Hey.
Welcome to the heart of the home. The kitchen.
It's Jensen's first time in here. When we bought the house, there was a giant wall right here blocking the entire view of the lake. So we ripped that down. We had to keep one little pole so the ceiling doesn't fall on our heads, but...
Support beams are important, they say. This is what I refer to as the jewelry of the kitchen, which is a La Cornue.
It's a great oven. It's so beautiful.
So unnecessary. This room is kind of the fun room. So when friends and family are not here and it's just us and the kids, this is our jam here.
This?
Massimo Vitale.
Yeah, but more importantly than that, I'm almost 100% positive that this is my 4th grade teacher.
This is our very colorful room where the kids sit and read a lot of books, eat their meals, hang out, and we love it.
Ooh, it's a Texas rainstorm.
Texas thunderstorms.
This also moves. The kids like to do this. This is what we do with this chair all the time.
They also like to stare at the deer with the plant heads. In case you didn't know, this is a fireplace. And for those who were wondering, we just went ahead and labeled it. All right, so we're moving out of the living room, kitchen. This is, I don't know, I kind of call it the great room, but it's now become...
It is a great room.
It's now become our dining room / TV room.
Yeah.
Come on in. This is our dining room, and we don't use it a heck of a lot. These chairs were
Jamie Garza.
Adam Marfa.
This is really special for a number of reasons, even more so this weekend because the artist Boyd Elder passed away yesterday.
Back in the late 60s, early 70s, he did a series of these animal skulls. There were only about 2 that were unaccounted for that were on the market in that series of 10. And we recently acquired this one. Boyd was happy to have it back home in Texas, and so we're happy to display it and keep that tradition going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of these photographs and posters are from Armadillo World headquarters, which back in the 60s and 70s was where you went to hear great music in Austin.
Just a fun music walk of history here. This is our movie room. This is our Sunday afternoon football room, our Netflix room. Big couch we can all kind of jump on, lay down, and watch a oversized television.
When the babies get old enough, we'll probably all hang in here a bunch, but usually whoever's watching Netflix is the lucky one, and the other one's got to be like on it, changing diapers. Yeah, he's always the... Oh.
That's not true.
It's true.
It's true. This is our gym. It's where we attempt to come and sweat.
I don't spend a lot of time in here, I'm not going to lie.
I was in here this morning, let's be honest.
He's running a marathon, so that's not fair, and it's also ridiculous, but good for you.
I agree.
This is our hallway down to the guest room. What?
Everybody needs a good hallway. But more importantly, you need good hallway art.
I got it last time I was in New Orleans, and it's Prince in his underwear. I mean, who doesn't love that?
This is our little guest room.
We only have one.
Because what do they say? Guests are like fish? They
3
start
days.
to stink after 3 days. It's one of my favorite rooms. It has just a lot of really fun stuff, a lot of books, a lot of travel books that we've collected over the years. But also I come home late at night sometimes when I'm traveling, and as an attempt not to wake her up or the children up, I will come crashing here. Whenever I'm staying in here, there's one thing that I do in order to be comfortable, and that is
that thing, yeah.
to turn this away from me.
What is wrong with him?
It's freaking creepy, man.
No, it's cute. Look at that little belly.
No, I know that there's a reason why our guests don't stay long, and it's this thing. So a lot of times we'll have our friends over, who just also happen to be an incredible architect named Paul Lamb, and they'll sit down and just tickle the ivories. All right, we're going to take you upstairs to kids' rooms.
We got JJ in here. Mm-hmm. JJ's really girly and likes everything pink and purple and glittery and fun, and that was kind of what we wanted to do in here.
This is our son's room, Zeppelin, who doesn't currently reside in here just yet.
Currently resides in a crib.
But this is ready to go for him when he does graduate from that crib.
This is mostly all of my childhood things.
These are kind of cool. These were actually handmade by her mother,
who took a woodworking class and then brought us
made
these.
Zeppelin a bunch of trucks.
Now we're going to go downstairs. There used to be an elevator here.
It was
seemed odd.
Pointless.
Yeah.
So we got rid of it.
We put a little stairwell here so you can get down really quick. So you made it. This is our pool room. When we moved from our house in California, we had a lot of wood that we had planned on using there. We brought it all with us, and we put it on the ceiling and the walls here.
There was just enough to fill this room.
And it was perfect.
Yeah, that worked out really well. When the weather's not raining like it is today, we can go in and out here, hang out by the pool. If we're doing barbecuing, this is also a nice little prep kitchen.
And tile floor, so you can't mess it up.
This was the mechanical room that serviced the elevator, which we all of a sudden had this free space.
Mechanical room, wine cellar, mechanical room.
Yeah, Paul Lamb had a great idea. He incorporated the curvature of the stairwell. It's our little off-the-pool powder bath.
I love this door.
It's just so cool.
So when you come off the spiral staircase, you just continue the circle.
Yet another bathroom we have to clean.
You don't clean them.
They don't know that.
Well, we're going to take you into the master bath and then the master bedroom.
The master suite.
The master suite.
Sounds fancy.
Where the magic happens.
Oh, man.
Well, everybody, you have to say that.
No, you don't.
Okay.
We'll cut that out.
No, leave it in.
All right, here we are in our bathroom.
And I think this is one of the rooms that changed the most through the renovation. We opened up the whole window.
There was just a little picture window.
Yeah, it feels really nice. Jensen's always worried about people watching while you take a bath, but I'm not.
It's 2 separate counters, but
His and hers.
divided by a lovely piece of furniture.
The shower I love, and actually I'm a huge fan of Architectural Digest. And this shower I got from Neil Patrick Harris's house. So thank you, Neil.
The metalwork on this is intense. These are really, really solid, heavy beams. I gotta have a good shower. Something with a lot of water pressure, room to move around. All right, one of my favorite parts of this bathroom happens to be the toilet. Let me show you why. Here we are in our bedroom. We got our hands on some really cool wood early on and wanted to find a place to utilize it. So
it's a barn in Wisconsin.
Yep, I think well over 100 years old. And when they took it down, they salvaged the wood, and we got it and ended up using it for the ceiling. I think it just kind of warms up this whole space, and it makes it really comfortable.
This is 100% my favorite room in the house.
Yeah.
I love it.
Our little sitting area, our little play area.
I always envision myself taking a nap right here.
Yeah, that's never going to happen. If you lay down on this thing, it's generally an invitation for 3 children to jump on top of you.
And our architect, Paul Lamb, had this genius idea, which I know it's going to be great, but I had no idea what he was talking about, literally until he put it up. And he was like, we have all these panels, and they all move, and then behind it you see the wallpaper. And so now I get it, because all the wallpaper goes away, and all of these close. You can do it with the whole room.
Because what does he like to say? Sometimes you want an audience, and sometimes you don't. You want to show your closet on?
Yeah, let's look at the closet. This is my side, and we purposely did that because I am a little bit neater than Jensen, just a little.
Not today.
And, yeah, well, someone helped you do that.
Not today.
Someone helped you do that.
All right, Architectural Digest, thanks for coming by. Thanks for visiting. We've seen it, we've done it, we've drank it, we ate it.
Yeah,
What
hope
else?
you enjoyed it.
That's it for us.
Hey, Dee.
I'm Jared Padalecki.
And I'm Jared Padalecki. Welcome to our humble abode here in Austin, Texas. Come on in.
Come on.
This is the main room of our house. This is where we hang out with the kids and watch movies and eat sometimes when it's too late to have them sit at the table.
I mean, it really is the heart of our home, the kitchen. We have a big garden outside, and we like to bring in the vegetables and the fruits from our garden, and the kids all kind of gather in this area. And we really wanted to create a space that wasn't formal. Everyone felt welcome, and that you can open up the fridge, grab your food, go sit at the table. Nothing is precious in this house. It's very livable, and casual is the biggest thing. And we really want everyone who steps into this house to feel like it's their home and they're welcome.
Yeah.
So
we kind of laugh when people say like, hey, should I take my shoes off?
Like, no.
Like, well, there are 3 dogs inside and
3
7
wild
kids and chickens and whatever, so make yourselves at home.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not precious about this. We love it. It's our home, but our home is your home.
I also really love it because not only is it pretty for me, but we use everything. So our kids do like to come up here. They grab their pots and pans. We grab eggs from the chicken coop, and then we come over here to the oven, and we are all making breakfast or dinner together. And so everything is like really usable and user-friendly.
We'll hop in and just kind of get this going. I think the elf on the shelf likes our
Bull.
likes our bull. He needs a name.
Harold.
Harold. Harold is his name.
We did a really big remodel on our house, which if you want to test your marriage, do a remodel. Because that was a tough one for us. But we got through it, and we brought both of our ideas to the table, which is really fun. A lot of the homes here in Texas are old German homes, and they have these kind of beams. And so we really wanted to replicate that feeling and make it feel as if the home was an old homestead that had been here for hundreds of years.
They're Douglas fir beams. We chose not to treat them or stain them or paint them and just leave them as they were to age. When we originally bought this home, this was very sort of compartmentalized and we wanted it open. We got kids, we have dogs. I'll come out of the bedroom sometimes and there'll be a kid here. I'm like, hey, Mr. Padalecki, and it's a neighbor and they're here just watching TV or playing Nintendo or something. And so we wanted a big open space where everything was visible. We could see the kids running around, see what they were doing, keep an eye on them, but also support them. And so that's why we really dug this, and using really kind of small air conditioning ducts was another big part, because here in Texas, it gets to be 100 degrees plus for 60 days out of 70 in the summer months. And so we didn't want these massive we're gonna turn the volume up to 1,000.
No one cares about our air conditioning ducts.
But I mean, like, I care about
this.
them.
Is the engineer in him, and he's like, listen, this house is powered to make sure that you stay cool.
Not true. This is the part where I'm like, I want to stay cool. To hell with everybody else. I just want air conditioning.
In addition to like lounging, we also wanted it to feel layered and cool and comfortable. And so a lot of the pieces that we end up finding, like this pattern here, which I think is a Ralph Lauren, mixed in with this guy, you know, just to kind of give it some texture and color and make it a little bit fun.
Again, just cozy and friendly, and come one, come all.
This is the dining room. We really wanted to make it fun and casual. Again, like, this house is crazy and it's chaotic. We refer to it as the house of chaos. So we really wanted fabrics and materials that, you know, we could get dirty and mess up. When we were designing and decorating the house, I was in Houston with our designer, Virginia Davidson. I found this old sewing table that, I mean, it was just stunning. It was out of our price range and it was too big, but we had these artists from Los Angeles who actually helped us with our house in LA, and they're these just incredible woodworkers and artisans, and they made us a replica of the table, which you can see here, and it can seat an army.
This is sometimes a Lego table, sometimes
homework.
A schoolwork table, homework, sometimes a board game table, and sometimes a family dinner table.
This mirror was actually found by our designer, Virginia Davidson, and it was taken from an old bar, and it just kind of became a great piece for our dining room, and it really provides a lot more light as well. Also above, I know it looks strange and we don't have any hats on there currently, but it's a hat rack.
For me. It's a hat rack for me because there's not a single other person that could reach up there.
This is one of the only mirrors that he can probably see himself into, because all the other ones, I always end up hanging them a little too low, because I'm 5'4" and he's 6'4". So this is the one mirror that he can actually see himself in.
So this is our main house, kind of wet bar area where we have, you know, sodas and Cokes and some red and white wine and a little ice machine, which is par for the course in Texas because everything is with ice, iced tea, iced water, iced everything.
Sonic ice.
Sonic ice, which is the really small cubes.
You chew on, that's so good on your teeth.
You chew on, and this leads to our favorite bathroom.
We came across this wallpaper, Gracie wallpaper, that does all these really beautiful murals. And we wanted it to reflect on maybe what Austin was like hundreds of years ago. And so you can see a sort of bucolic scene and all these cool homes and the river. And then we have our house right here. I was pregnant at the time. So I'm pregnant, or our daughter is in the little buggy, and then the two boys. And then we have Smalls, our favorite chicken.
Yeah. Well, we are chicken owners proudly, and we love our chickens. And so sometimes when our chickens leave this world, we'll try and honor them by keeping them around.
In the powder room.
In the powder room and elsewhere, like my wife.
So this is my sanctuary. This is our library / my office, and it's really where I hang out most of the time. I love collecting books. It's the one thing that I will never apologize for and love to encourage.
Initially, when we rebuilt this house, this room was sort of an annex / baby room. We didn't want to put her upstairs because if she was crying or needed a feed or she woke up, needed a new diaper in the night, we didn't want to either A, not hear her, or B, hear her. So this is kind of the...
Well, the irony is she was in our bed the whole time.
She was in our bed the whole time, most time. But initially, this started as an easy entrance to go see her without waking up our young sons at the time. And so let's take them through the secret door. Every cool house has to have a secret door.
What's the password?
Open up. Come on in.
Okay, so this is our main bathroom, and we wanted it to be fun and colorful again.
This is my singular only
Request.
request for the house. This way, I can take a bath, I can hang out, and I can watch TV.
Oh.
And of course, it's a naked dude. Sorry.
I'm obsessed with Maison-C wallpaper. It's just so stunning and so beautiful. It makes me happy, and we like to make up names for the beautiful women in this bathroom and what they are doing, because who knows? It looks like they're having a lot of fun.
In Texas, they'll make the main room enormous. And so this actually used to be a part of what was the main room in the house we bought it before we remodeled it. So we purposely made the main room smaller so that it felt more cozy. Like, so it feels like a hug, a warm blanket. And this room is also fun because it's just the right size for Jen and me, but also during the crazy snow week or on a fun weekend, we'll have the kids and we'll have one kid in a sleeping bag on the ground. We'll have our daughter usually on in a pack and play right here, trying to peek out and keep her brothers awake. And then we'll throw another one of the kiddos on our little fun chase.
Yeah, and because it is used so often by our kids, we've acquired some big, massive holes in this couch.
Well earned.
Our philosophy is rather than replacing things, like let's fix. This bed was also made by the same artisans that made our kitchen table, and they made this stand, they made the one in the family room, and then these are all once Milano. They do all these natural linens that are so great. Love their stuff. So this is our piano area where our kids like to serenade us. When they're playing, we like to hang out over here.
Just sit around and smell fresh burning fire.
This fireplace, this is really special to us because it came from an artisan in Fredericksburg, and he did it solely by himself. He hand chiseled the pieces, and he also installed it by himself.
And he would use hand cranks with chains.
Well, we had to actually leave the house.
Yeah.
That's what makes the process so beautiful, I think.
This is where Santa comes, obviously, so we have a place for our stockings and...
A walker poker?
A walker poker.
Is that what it's called?
No.
What? What is it?
It's called a brand.
Oh, well. So let us take you upstairs. We have these geese flying by with this landscape and just playing again with nature. We really enjoy the outdoors, obviously, so trying to incorporate nature wherever we can.
So this is Tom's room, who's our 9-year-old, but our 7-year-old Shep usually sleeps here, and Tom there, and we can hear them laughing and joking and playing
all
and
night
throwing like stuffed animals to each other.
So then across from Tom, we have Shep, and Shep is really into animals.
He's usually in here playing Legos.
Yeah, usually this floor, you'll get your feet would hurt because you're usually
You need
like
shoes to walk in here.
This is a fun room. It's very colorful, you know, with kids, again, like they get messy, and so there's lots of fun colors and stuff to play with. We actually painted these Ecopoli chairs ourselves.
This light fixture is really special. It's from a company in France called Warren and Leticia. It's made from recycled plastics, and it's also the first in the United States.
Shep did the Lego set.
They love Star Wars.
They love
so it's
Star
a Star Wars
Wars.
Lego chess set. We love it.
And then right across from here, the kids grab books, and you set yourself down and read something. We have a couple books here.
This used to be a grand entrance to the house, but going back to kind of the way we wanted our home to feel, we didn't want it to be a grand house. We wanted it to be a cozy home.
Yeah, so this part of the floor didn't exist.
Yeah,
was
it used to be
raised.
Yeah, you could see the front door underneath us. And we were like, well, a reading nook would be really awesome and really useful, and we don't need some massive entrance to our house, so we want to feel cozy.
So we have this little landing area, again, like we just want playful and fun. And so there's Bienfait wallpaper. Wallpaper is kind of my jam. I dig it.
So, because we have 2 sons and 1 daughter, Obviously, the daughter gets the biggest room. And so this is little Odette's little private haven, and she is just the queen of her own world. So this right here was a changing table for at least Shep and Odette, but was it Tom, Shep, and Odette?
Tom, Shep, and Odette, and it was replicating like an old wash basin, and instead we turned what would be a wash basin into a changing table.
Yeah.
And our daughter hasn't had a diaper in years.
Maybe I could sit on it. It is kind of like I'm tall enough for it to be a bench for me. I just knocked the stuff off the wall. It's fine.
Par
It's
for the
actually kinda
course.
cozy. All right, I'll rehang this stuff back up. Look at that.
This is through Odette's bathroom where we showcase the real artists, our kiddos. And then at the end, I have a real problem with mushrooms.
I'm calling 911.
We kind of think of what to do. We were thinking like it would be kind of cool to have one of those phone booths that not like the British one, but like the office working ones. But they don't make them small enough because I'm like, I would just hide in here all day.
The kids take this stairwell quite often.
There's lots of running down the stairs, which is why we have runners too, and ones that can get beaten and dirty. So this is our mudroom and also where we honestly enter and exit in the house. And it's purposely a little bit full of patterns because this is where we throw all of our crap. Like kids' shoes are usually over here, our vegetables from the garden. And then we also have this great big awesome door that's a Dutch door so we can open up the top and use it to check on the kids or let in a little bit of airflow when the bugs aren't so bad here in Texas. We really wanted to create an area and an outdoor area where we could eat some of the plants and also play some sports, and everything was like really usable. So not only are most of the plants usable and edible, but our yard, everything is for jumping and soccer and football and
little outdoor seating again. Our yard has a few levels, and so it's nice because you get like this view of where the kids would go, but we'll sit here, we'll cook, we'll grill, and then you'll see these are our kitchen windows.
so that we can grab herbs and toss them in. Lots of Meyer lemons, tomatoes, just usable.
So we have our little hammock and hammock chair. This is Coda. He's 2, and he just hurt himself, so he's just chilling. When we first bought this place, the backyard looked like it does back there, but we wanted to kind of make it a little bit more usable for the kids, for ourselves. So we kind of built this tiered system leading down to our pool, which certainly has been worth its money.
This is where we go to cool off and hang out.
And we'll watch sports out here on Sunday for NFL, or we'll just jump and play and bring everybody over for a birthday party. But we built this kind of shade space, and again, in Texas,
I think it's
big
broken.
ice machine, kegerator, and then a little fridge and just dishwasher. Yeah, we spend a lot of time out here. I'm about to jump in.
The house came with this rad sports court. I'm not a basketball player, but I like to watch.
Usually it's taller, but Dad likes to win. So
He's a
if
slam
Dad's
dunk.
playing the kids, I want to make sure I have an advantage that they don't know about yet. So that's why it's here. There we go. We'll leave that for one of the boys to come get. Hey, can you show us what's going on?
We have a blackberry bush. We have a couple all along here. This has been our like herb garden. So our cucumbers have done really well. These are all from Baker Creek.
Can you hold it? It's so heavy. You show your muscles? Yeah. Oh, that's a big one. Can you pick it? Okay. Can I eat it? Yes. Do you want to eat it or want me to eat it? Mom. Give that one to Mom. Give that one to Mama. Yum!
This piece is our chicken coop. We have some fancy chickens. We had all kinds of animals growing up, and we raised chickens at one point when we lived in Montana, and it was so fun to go and grab the eggs, and it was something that I really wanted for our kids. It's just really fun. Hey, AD, thank you so much for coming on by.
Yeah, thanks for visiting. Hope you had a good time. Now, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Hey, Jared, you there?
Who are you? Oh, Men's Health. Oh, well, while you're here, come on in. Let me show you my fridge and my gym. Come this way. I'm Dean.
Is today my birthday?
No, you can't go out. I'm a better hunter than you are. All right, guys. Here is where we do our cooking and eating. Yes. You get a cameo.
What will we always find in your fridge?
We have about a dozen chickens. We always have fresh eggs. I never really liked bread. I never really liked rice or pasta. I'll eat it, it's fine, but I will eat about 7 bowls of berries. We have some kids with some different needs, so we've got a variety of milk, and we have some stuff from our garden.
How has your diet changed?
I just enjoy healthy food these days. I don't desire chocolate cake. I'll have some, sure. I just don't wish for it.
What would we never find in your fridge?
I love olive oil and I despise olives. I will pour olive oil on everything I have, but if there's a single olive on my pizza, then I'm just done with the pizza.
What would we always find in your fridge?
I always have some sort of spicy condiment. I love to dress up whatever I'm eating with a hint of spice.
What does your diet mainly consist of?
My diet is mainly sandwiches. There's a place here in Austin called Snarf's. I get their sandwiches several times a week. I'll go to Jimmy John's or I'll just have a sandwich here standing by.
Do you cook?
I enjoy cooking a lot. I don't think I'm good at it. I love to grill. If I have to do something for a crowd, it's going to be some cuts of steak.
What's your snacking strategy?
Go with a cold glass of water first and then wait 10-15 minutes and see if I'm still feeling peckish. Otherwise, it probably meant I was just dehydrated.
Any foods that you hate?
Olives, black licorice, chocolate. Beyond that, I'm pretty easy.
What's your go-to comfort food?
Microwave nachos. It's not exactly the healthiest comfort food, but for now, I'll enjoy my chips and cheese melted.
What's your go-to protein?
If I get home late from work and it's midnight and I'm exhausted, but I know I need some protein, I'll usually just microwave a chicken breast, put on some Cholula or something, and eat it and go to bed.
What would your dream cheat day look like?
It would start out with eggs and bacon, and then good old classic Austin breakfast tacos, and then brisket or Tex-Mex. All right. What's on my fridge? Come check out the gyms. This is my weight room. Nothing here is for decoration. Everything is used, and I use it all.
Do you use any special equipment?
I had shoulder surgery about 6 years ago, and so my mechanics aren't the same as they used to be, and so grabbing a classic barbell and doing bench press or rows just works differently, so I found that dumbbells fit my routine a little better these days.
What are your fitness goals?
My fitness goals these days are to just remain healthy and to avoid injury. I want to play with my kids, to enjoy travel and ride a bike around town or go for a jog around the city. I don't worry these days about how I look, I worry these days about how I feel.
What music do you listen to when you're working out?
Sometimes I'll go with just something current and poppy that I don't even know the lyrics to or the singer. If I really need an extra boost, I'll go back to Seattle grunge, Stone Temple Pilots, Pearl Jam.
Do you have any scars?
I do have some scars up here just from where I had arthroscopic surgery. Nothing too crazy, knock on wood, knock on whatever this is.
What do you do for recovery?
So one of the things I do for recovery is I use my infrared sauna, which is just downstairs outside the cardio room. It's easy to go to a gym and just beat yourself up. What's more important is making sure you're recovered for the next day. Welcome to our cardio room. Usually if I'm up in the morning early, then I am right here moving my legs, practicing my work.
How has your exercise regimen changed over time?
It depends on what I'm doing. If I have to do a scene where I'm horseback riding, then I try to make sure that I do stuff that's based on a hip hinge movement. Whereas if I have to do some scene where I'm taking my shirt off or something, and I'll do a little bit more shoulders and traps and chest and lats and stuff. My workouts these days are more based on overall health and fitness more than a way I want to look.
What do you consider to be an intense workout?
The most intense workouts that I do are high intensity intervals, hill sprints, the assault bike. These days at this age with 3 kids and a full-time job, I think the most intense for me is really those high intensity intervals.
What's one exercise that you hate?
I love a squat workout, but I hate the 3 or 4 days after that, especially having to go back on the set and do a stunt scene, do a fighting scene. I love doing squats, but I hate the next couple of days.
All right, Jared, it's time for some rapid fire questions. Workout time, 7 a.m. or 7 p.m.?
7 a.m.
Squat or deadlift?
Deadlift.
Favorite song on your playlist?
I Want More by Kaleo.
CrossFit, yes or no?
Sure.
Pull-ups or chin-ups?
Pull-ups.
Dumbbells or kettlebells?
Dumbbells.
Run on a treadmill or the great outdoors?
Great outdoors.
Big legs or big arms?
Big legs.
Cardio or weights?
Weights.
Biggest compliment, jacked, cut, ripped, or swole?
Jacked.
If you could work out with anyone in the world, dead or alive, who would it be?
Come on, Arnold. All right, guys. I would love to sit around and chat, but I have some lines to memorize. So you don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here. So get out of here.
Family business beer company, and it's fitting considering the trio behind it all is not only Jensen Ackles, but his wife and his brother-in-law.
We've always kind of loved craft beer and been able to kind of bond.
For Gino Grawl, quality family time is best spent over a few drinks.
It originally generated probably about 5 years ago. It was myself and my brother-in-law and sister, and we were just doing backyard barbecues.
When their passion for experimenting with different beers transformed into
A little bit of a hobby and then a mild obsession, and then eventually we started putting together a business plan.
We have 2 15-barrel fermenters and 3 30-barrel fermenters that we're starting out with.
the brew pub is in Dripping Springs near Hamilton Pool, a popular spot that continues to grow.
With gorgeous oak groves and in the hill country, it's something that we kind of wanted to tie those two directly together.
The business is still in the beginning phases. However, Austinites are already eager to snag a seat at the bar. Their Instagram feed has nearly 50,000 followers, and comments are flooding their Facebook page.
The response that we've gotten from everybody online and in person just seems to be really, really welcoming and warming, and people are excited and looking forward to it.
And the fan base may only get bigger from here. Last month, Ackles was featured on Conan O'Brien, offering their new craft beer on the show.
The very first keg.
Wait a minute!
Ever kegged and was driven out from Austin, Texas.
From blonde ales, stouts, and porters to barrel-aged beers.
This is our 15-barrel mash tun. It holds about 1,000 pounds of grain mixed with water.
Variety is key, especially when it comes to the crowd.
We wanted to make sure that we made it family-friendly, kid-friendly, dog-friendly.
That means a playscape for the kiddos, picnic tables, snow cones, and live music.
We appreciate everything that the Austin beer scene has done for Texas, and we wanted to be a part of that.
Making this spot a destination.
It's called the Grackle, which of course is the unofficial mascot of Austin. I think there was the HEB bird. It is a combination of her maiden name Grawl and Ackles, Grackle. That one was kind of a no-brainer.
Like Brangelina.
Well, let's not go crazy. We just kind of kept referring it to the family business because we couldn't come up with a catchy name. We all kind of looked at each other, and as most decisions are made in our house, it just kind of went like this. All right. So we had a lot of friends that lived here in Austin. We wanted to come back to a place that was felt a little bit more like home. The scene fit us and was kind of vibed with us. The brewery idea just kind of followed us. My day job for the past 13 years has been a television series Supernatural. It's been an amazing blessing and an incredible journey to be a part of something like that. And it's enabled me to follow some dreams and follow some passions of mine, this being certainly one of the big ones.
He's just the most humble beer genius.
Over on the far left is the mash tun, and that's kind of where the magic happens. That's where the enzymes do their thing. They convert those starches into sugars.
I will say that the car is not parked here. If you swing by Austin, please come check us out. If I'm here, I'd love to pour you a draft.
Today is the day that we are going to Family Business Beer.
Found it! We're winning!
Luckily we're here earlier in the day because usually this part is full and then it's all the way out in there.
Oh wow.
Like when I was here with Illy, it was all the way out in there.
Here we go.
We're going in.
We're going in.
Going into.
Oh, hey, this is Nate, by the way. Everyone say hi, Nate. Hi. He's still really working really hard today, so let's be mindful of that. But yeah, he makes all our beers, so that's cool. We'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, they decided instead to put this brewery in Central Texas. That's here. Few reasons for that as well. Number one, Jensen is actually from here. Not here specifically, but Dallas, which is 3 hours north of here. But that's just right up the road in Texas commuting. Gino and Danielle are not from here. They're from Louisiana. But they grew up hunting, fishing, camping, hiking, and all of that fun Texas stuff on their uncle's ranch. It's about 400 acres located just adjacent to this property. So the uncle was driving home one day down Hamilton Pool Road, saw that this land was for sale, and I don't know, I guess decided to ring him up, be like, hey, why don't you come check this out and see if this will work for y'all's needs.
This is our Grackle Imperial Stout, fresh right out of the tank. It's a big one, it's over 8%.
This is a fresh
I have no more things to tell you.
That's right, yeah, it feels good, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, see. So yeah, come on up, grab a sample of beer. Empty glasses can go on this bus bin down here.
This is the Grackle. I'm probably gonna do that thing where I scrunch up my face.
Just do you, babe.
Comes out of the tank home.
That's great. I'm just not a beer person.
Oh, I love you. You're my new favorite. Cheers.
I told you to, yeah, right?
Oh, that's some good shit, babe.
Yes. I'm just not a beer person. It's an acquired taste.
I feel like this would be a after dinner or.
I didn't like beer before I came here, and I kept drinking it, and now I like it.
Cheers! Cheers!
Now we're heading to Stereotype, which is one of Jared's bars.
There's literally no one here.
Literally our private bar right now.
What a time to be alive. Liz is gonna play basketball.
Suck at it, go Liz!
Woo! You're winning.
Yes!
Yes, Mom.
Oh! Seriously, it's got like 6 in a row! That was amazing! I just got 3 in a row. Woo! That's what she said.
Goodbye, Stereotype.
There's pets. She can bring pets.
Yes.
No one runs.
Aww.
That was fun.
That was so fun.
Stereotype was fun.
It
We had
was.
fun.
I would sit out on that patio forever. It's so nice out there.
It's really nice.
It's
So
so
look, get
pretty.
Get it from this
Oh,
angle.
it's a good angle.
See, that's where we were.
It's so pretty.
That's where we just were.